What else do I need to bring? Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. So in today's Bushcraft Essentials video, we are going to go over what every bushcrafter obsesses over, and that's what's in your pack. Now next month, I'm headed to Pennsylvania to go for my advanced bushcraft class with Coalcracker Bushcraft at the Appalachian Bushman School. And I figured today would be a great opportunity to go over my loadout and what's in that pack. Before we get started, I just want to read the very first line of the course description, and that is, learn to do more with less. And that's exactly what my Bushcraft Essentials series is about, right? Yes, we bring some modern things with us to make life comfortable, but obviously we don't want to bring the entire arsenal with us. We want to bring as little as possible and utilize the natural world around us to really make life comfortable in the woods. And that's what their focus is, and that is something I'm really looking forward to getting more involved with in this class. If you don't know, I took the basic bushcraft course a couple of years back, and it was outstanding. If you are ever thinking of doing any type of bushcraft class, I highly recommend going to Coalcracker. The instructors are awesome, the class is awesome, and you're really going to learn a ton of information. With that said, I did make some mistakes that I don't plan on making this time around. So as I go through this list of items that are required for this class, I'm just going to throw in some of the things that I'm going to bring additionally to make life a little easier for me at camp. First up on the list is a fixed blade, right? So I have my Joker Nomad knife, all right? You can buy one at Coalcracker. You can get one from my, I'll have a link in my description for the Joker Nomad if need be. But I love this knife. Comes with a little ferrocerium rod in the sheath, so you have a source of ignition. Really great fixed blade. All right, so that's my fixed blade. Next up is a 16 to 24 inch axe they ask you to bring. I have a 19 inch forest axe, or this might be a carpenter's axe, I don't really remember. I love this axe. It's definitely due for some TLC, so I'll be putting some birch oil on this, giving it a little tune up on the blade. I might even do some linseed oil, but that's the axe I'll be bringing. They also ask for a Bowsaw blade. This is something I'm very excited about. They're going to be making a Bowsaw out of natural material in the woods, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's one of the required items. Okay, 100 feet of bank line and 100 feet of paracord. I have plenty of paracord. I have the 100 feet of bank line. Okay, inside this kit, along with the extra cordage, is my ridgeline kit and any other type of additional cordage I'm going to need to tie off my my shelter system. So we have that. Next on the list is 25 feet of 1 inch nylon webbing. Don't know why, but I can't wait to find out. And of course they ask for a oilskin tarp. I bought this from Coalcracker. This is their 9x9 tarp. Or 9x9 oilskin tarp. So I'm going to use this for my shelter system. Not 100% positive yet if I'm going to do a lean-to or if I'm going to do a plow point. Really is going to depend on what the weather forecast is for that weekend. But I do plan on using this the same exact site that I used the very first time I was there. It was perfect. There was a ton of fatwood behind me, right off the water, and it made for a perfect spot. So my oilskin tarp. Up next is a gum blanket. You can see this is actually pretty beat up. I've used this a lot. This really helps keep the moisture off my body, and if the ground is wet, keeps me dry. So my gum blanket, and they also ask for a queen size wool blanket. I have 2 of these bad boys. I will be bringing both. They're not asking to bring both, but I am bringing both. I plan on taking one of these wool blankets, sewing one side up or folding it in half and sewing it up like it's a giant burrito, and I want to stuff it with as much leaf debris as possible. Reason being, and here's mistake number 1 that I made the very first time I went, I did not keep enough separation from my body and the ground. So the second night I was there, I did get very cold in the middle of the night, and it made for kind of an uncomfortable night's sleep. So I plan on trying to get as much space between me and the ground as possible. We were there in April for the beginner class, for the basic bushcraft class. This time of year is now November. So again, I've never been in the mountains really this time of year for this many nights in a row. I think it's 3 nights, and I want to try to make it as comfortable as possible for myself. So here's my wool blanket and an additional wool blanket for comfort. Next up, some Gulf wax. I'm sure we're gonna be doing some projects with this, either making stuff waterproof or making candles, who knows. Cups, spoons, pots for a cook system. Here's my Pathfinder stuff. I'm gonna use this bush pot for the first time at Coalcracker. I haven't used it yet, but this obviously gets a lot of use. This is what I'm primarily gonna use for drinking water throughout the day. I'm not really worried about filtering water too much. They do supply water, and I'm also gonna bring some water with me. That's another thing, mistake number 2. I'm gonna bring a cooler with me, leaving my car. You know, at any given moment, we're like a half mile at most away from our car. So at night, I'll have a cooler in my car. I'll have some additional water in there in case I need to go get it. But I'm not really worried about filtering water too much, but I will be carrying that bottle around filled with water throughout the day. So that's my little cook system, spoons, forks, and pots and stuff. So I have my fire kit. They require you bring flint and steel and some extra flint stones, which I plan on doing. So I'll have that with me. 2 tin containers and a glass jar. The glass jars, they supply a link, takes you to Amazon. It comes in a, there's only one link, and there's 5 glass jars that come. There's not like one particular glass jar you can buy. So it does come the required size I guess they're looking for. So this is right off their website. So I'm gonna bring all the glass jars with me and the 2 tin containers. Some hemp twine, and also I have a crafting needle set. So inside here is my S needle, which they require, and also here are some crafting needles that I will be bringing. So no night is complete unless you have a headlamp so you can see what the heck you're doing. So that's one of the required items, and also a haversack. So that's the required list for the advanced bushcraft class. A couple of other things I'm going to bring that are not on the list: a first aid kit with a tourniquet. I just think that that's always good to have, even though they don't require it on the list, and even though they have a staff there that's prepared and qualified to any emergency that may take place. I just like to have my own little prepared stash as well. I plan on bringing some bug spray and Promethean just to keep any ticks off of me. I know it's later in the year, it might be colder, doesn't matter. Ticks are still active in the winter time. They're just not as active that time of year as they are during the summertime. And even though I'm not expecting a lot of bugs this time of year, I am still going to try to keep as many creepy crawlies and flying things off of me as possible. So 2 additional items they don't require that I am bringing. So one of the mistakes I made at the basic bushcraft class was I didn't bring like a cook system. I thought that I'd have time during like lunch to make a fire, cook my food, boil water, cook my food, and then get back to class. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You know, it's a very, very busy day each day that you're there, and there's a lot of material to go over. It doesn't really leave a lot of time for lunch. I think you know, the first day we only had like 30 minutes for lunch, if that. And to get water going, to get a fire going, to boil the water, to cook your food, it really took a little bit more time than I thought. And the weather wasn't great. It rained one whole day. It rained overnight. So it just made things a little bit more challenging. So to keep that from happening this time around, I do plan on bringing a little cook kit. So again, like I keep saying, we're going to be there in November, right? I'm not really familiar with the weather in that part of the world in November. So instead of bringing just my hiking shoes, I'm going to bring my muck boots, right? So I don't know if I'm going to wear these every single day and have these as my primary source of footwear. But like I did mention, it rained when we were there in April a couple of years back at the basic bushcraft class. It might do the same thing this time around, who knows? But I really don't get a chance to wear these much, to be honest. And I figured this would be a good time to get these broken in and to really utilize my muck boots. So I plan on bringing them, whether they stay in the car the full 3 or 4 days I'm there, or I'm wearing them the full 3 or 4 days I'm there. It's, you know, we'll see when we get there. But that is one other item that I do plan on bringing, because like I said, it did rain, things did get wet, and even though I did have a change of clothes, it was still the shoes I had to leave by the fire to dry off, and these are definitely a little bit more suitable for the type of weather that we may encounter. And finally, the last thing I'm going to bring, which I don't even know if I'm going to use or not, is my sleeping bag, right? Besides my clothing and you know, my layering process, I'm gonna bring the sleeping bag with me. I plan on using, like I said, my wool blanket as like a burrito to stuff it with as much debris as possible to keep me insulated from the ground. And I might just lay this right on top and excuse me, and sleep inside of this. So that is the only other thing I plan on bringing with me that I didn't bring last time. So that's my bushcraft pack. That's what I'm gonna be bringing to the Appalachian Bushman School, the advanced bushcraft class. I know it may seem like a lot. We went through a lot on that list, but you know, when I look at this pile of gear next to me, it really is not a lot of gear at all. Actually, it's simple, it's reliable, it's built around systems that that work together, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, not just in this Bushcraft Essentials series, but that's what they're going to be focusing on at the advanced bushcraft class, the less is more mindset. So that's going to wrap it up for me today, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you're as excited as I am when it comes to me getting to this advanced bushcraft class. I plan on documenting as much as I possibly can when I'm there. I tried doing it last time, but it was very difficult. We were very busy, moving around a lot. It rained, and I was not prepared at all, being a new YouTube guy. So I'll do the best I can to document the entire trip, and hopefully you like what you see. I've been working on a couple of things besides a YouTube channel. I have a podcast now, Backyard Bushcraft Radio. You can check it out here on YouTube. I'm on Spotify, I'm on iHeartRadio, I'm on iTunes, and I'm on Amazon. So go ahead, take a listen. I got 2 episodes out, and I really hope you like what you hear. And as far as today, if you liked the video today, obviously hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. But more importantly, ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. I really appreciate you checking me out today. This is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.